Things are going well. I see somebody else checked in on Facebook Live. You guys throw me some hearts and likes up there, and we'll get this thing boosted out. But it's good to have everybody with us. I've got people on Facebook Live. I've got people on the webinar live. And as I said, I was going to do this on just Facebook, and then I decided to kill a bunch of birds with one stone. So we're just going to go through the entire process right here on many different methods to reach out to as many possible people as we can. And let's see here. So we got Nicole and Dell. It's good to see everybody. Good to see everybody in the group on the webinar and everybody that's attending. We're going to go ahead and get started. I've got the Facebook Live rolling. I can see that happening. I can see the questions coming in. If you have any questions on the webinar system on the Zoom site, please feel free to ask questions. We are going to be here as long as we need to be. Probably about 30 to 45 minutes on the webinar. We're going to talk about campaigns tonight and how to build campaigns with using beacons. You know, one of the most important things out there, and let me just get this out of the way. Beacons are an absolute amazing tool. I use them every day in my business. I have sold a ton of beacons, but they aren't the only tool in the toolbox. You need to put some tools together and to have some awesome tools. It's all about driving traffic. And I don't know how many of you are Facebook marketers or understand Facebook marketing or have done anything like that, but it's all about driving traffic. Footfall, okay? How many people are hitting the ground, spending money, and not just today, but they're coming back. And the only way you can do that is if you build out a complete marketing campaign. I know there is some word on the street that you can throw a beacon up at your front door and 500 people will come in and spend money. That's a half truth. Okay. I don't know where people get their information from that they're putting out there, but they're not getting it from the same place that I'm getting it from. And I study a lot, and I go to the some of the major sources in the beacon world. And I study night and day, and that's not the way beacon technology works. Beacons are just like anything else. They have a percentage of return on the campaign. With beacons, if you're getting an 8% ROI, return on your investment, you're doing really well. So what you want to do is you want to combine that with many other things and put together a complete funnel. Has anybody on the call here, whether you're on the Facebook Live or you're on the in the webinar here or looking at us on YouTube, has any of you ever built out a funnel, an actual business funnel? And I don't necessarily mean an internet marketing funnel where you go out and you build your sales page and then you drive them to a sales page, or you drive them to a webinar, then you drive them to the sales page, and those that don't go to the sales page, you drive them somewhere else. I'm talking about a real business funnel, where you take a brick and mortar business and you go in there and you set up a funnel for them so that it does one thing. It brings traffic in. That traffic interacts. Okay, there's interaction when they come in. There's more interaction when they're in the store. You actually capture information from them so that you can return market to them to do what? Bring them back in the store where there's more interaction and more engagement. Engagement marketing is one of the most important things a business can do. And unfortunately, in today's world, many businesses have forgot about that. A lot of people think that you can walk out, you can open a door, you can start a business, and next thing you know, people are flooding in, spending all kind of monies just because you open the door. And it just doesn't work like that anymore. Businesses are going out every single day because they're living back in the 30s and 40s, and they're not using any type of technology to drive business. Because guess what your next door neighbor's doing who's selling the same type of products? They're using those tools out there. They're using local Facebook marketing. They're using mobile marketing. They're using SMS marketing. And they're going to be using beacon technology to reach out to people and do certain things, you know, have specials and teach people how to use beacons when they're in their store. I don't know how many of you have seen it, but at Target, And I want to say it was 50, maybe 80 stores that they're testing in this Christmas, where they're going to be running beacon-only specials, and they are pounding the pavements with the ads, where you will actually walk into their stores, and the only way you will get those specials is looking at your notifications and or the physical web. They may even have their own nice little physical web app that they're going to be having people download. And, it's an amazing tool if used correctly. But I want you to think about what they're doing right now. And we're going to talk about this just a minute before we get deep into building this campaign. They are putting the word on the street, okay? They started launching press releases, and it was all in the media. It was all over every tech site out there, okay? That Target is going to be using beacon technology this holiday season, this Christmas season, to drive traffic. Genius. You see, that's the way it's supposed to work. You start training people and educating people out of the gate. And now what's going to happen is man, the excitement is in the air. Everybody's going to be walking around Target with their phone out, looking for these specials, okay? Looking exactly how they're going to find these specials in the store. They are training their customers how to come in and find those specials using beacons. After that happens, what are people going to start doing? They're going to start walking into Target because Target's doing something cool that no one else is doing, okay? So without that, people are going to start walking into the mom and pop stores, because mom and pops are what? They're always behind. The small to medium business is always behind technology. Not anymore. Not with beacon funnels. Not with you as a proximity marketing agent going out educating these small to medium businesses that they can play just like the Fortune 100 can. That they can get out there and they can reach out to clients and bring people into their business, walking in with their phones, looking for those specials, driving traffic, getting them in their funnel so that they can reach back out at a later date and bring them back in that store again and create masses amount of footfall to drive their business. When the 1930s stores sitting there, they're sitting out on the front stoop there and they're watching people go by and they're wondering why they're all going into the store next door. Eventually they will get it, or they will close the doors. And unfortunately, many of them will close the doors. Once again, my name is Kerry Miller. I want to thank everybody for coming out. If you would, just turn up your speakers, clear all your distractions, and we're going to rock and roll here. Just a quick disclaimer that I always put out. It's kind of regulated by the FTC. But Kerry Miller TV, Beacon Funnels, nor I cannot guarantee just because you are watching this webinar you will make any sales, create any traffic, or increase your income. Every person is different, have different work ethics and different desires. So I just like to put that out there. If you're lazy and you sit on your butt all day and you're trying to reinvent the wheel, then you're probably not going to make any money no matter how many times you watch this webinar, just to be upfront and honest with you. Okay, I want to remind you that beacons are a tool. It's a tool in your toolbox and should be used in conjunction with tools you currently use. And I'm going to teach you and show you some tools that you can use that will absolutely help swell your clients' businesses, put money in your pocket, create huge funnels all over the country, and teach the small to medium businesses that they too can go out and have the same return on investment that the big box stores do. What is a beacon funnel campaign? If I've been asked that once, I've been asked that 1,000 times in the last, since June when we started developing this program. And what is a beacon funnel? It's simply a marketing funnel, a very simple marketing funnel, a marketing system, okay? It's no more than a marketing system. It's the ideal process you intend your customers to experience as they go from prospect to lead to customer to repeat buyer. You see that person that's sitting in his living room right now? And let's kind of just walk through a quick funnel, but then we're going to go into it a little deeper. Okay. You walk in and you talk to let's see, we got Nicole on here. Nicole, I hope you don't mind. I'm going to use you, and I'm going to pick on Dale. I see Dale in the group here. Nicole is going to go out and she wants to visit Dale. Okay. And so Nicole is sitting in her home and she's on Facebook, and Dale owns we're going to use a clothing store in our demonstration today. So I'm going to use a clothing store. And Nicole is sitting there and she sees that Dale has these hot jeans, okay, on sale. All right. They're normally $300 and they're on sale 20 or 30% off or whatever it is. Okay. And I know that jeans go for upwards to 100 to 160. I know Maurice's Silver Linings, I mean, they're 160 to $240. And so jeans are expensive. So anytime they're on sale, you want to get a hold of those. So Dale has a nice campaign going, and he's using local Facebook to drive it. And what Dale has done is he said, okay, this is what we want to do. The only way you can get these specials is if you come into my store and you look at your your notifications on your phone, and you see our beacon notifications that are being transmitted to get that sale. And you kind of talk about that in your ad. Hey, come to our store. We have very special offers for those who find our beacon notifications only. Okay, kind of what Target did, right? We're kind of following, I'm going to call it the Target model. Okay, so we're following the Target model here. And so we go in and we see Dale has started this. So what has he done? He has created a prospect. Nicole's sitting on the couch. Now she's saying, gosh, man, I got to get those jeans before they go off sale. Okay, now she walks into the store. She makes a move. Okay, Dale created some engagement. She engaged. Now they've made a move. Now she's going from a prospect to a lead. She walks in the store. Dale says, hey, how you doing, Nicole? Welcome to Dale's store. I just want to remind you, if you check your notifications, we have specials on today only for those who find the notifications in the store. Well, Dale, I really don't know how to do that. Well, let me show you real quick on my phone. And Dale pulls out his Android. He pulls down the notifications and he shows her the nearby. Okay, and so she does the same thing and she says, pooh, there it is right there. There's those jeans that are on sale. Okay, now you've created more engagement, more customer engagement. And not only that, you are doing something that no one does today. You're actually talking to your customers. Isn't that amazing? Don't you hate walking into a place and nobody will talk to you? Now you've gone from a prospect sitting on a couch to a lead walking into the store, and you're about to become a customer. And because Dale's got some good things in the store, man, it's set up nice, and he's got his campaign set up and enrolling, you want to come back. So as you're going through the store, you say, wow, look at there. Dale has coupons. It says click here for coupons, and you click on the button, and I'm going to show you that in just a moment. You click on the button for coupons, and lo and behold, you come up to a what? A lead capture page, a sign-up page. And it simply asks for your name and your phone number that you can receive what? So that you can receive coupons in the future. Now you've gone from prospect to lead, you bought some things, and you became now a person on the list, okay? And now you will become a repeat buyer, because once a month or twice a month, Dale's going to run some specials, because he's got to do what? He's got to clear his space. When it comes fall, he's got to clear it for the winter clothes. When it becomes spring, he's got to clear for the summer clothes. So you know he's going to have those special sales, and Dale doesn't want Nicole to ever forget that he is the place to buy. Why? Because he's friendly. He's got a great store. He has great products, and he does something that no one else is doing. He has little specials in his store that I can go on my phone and I can see those specials using notifications, and bam, I walk out with $300 or $400 worth of goods that I would have spent $400 or $500 worth, but I only walked in to buy a $19 shirt. Do you not think that your clients are absolutely going to love you for sitting down with them and explaining to them that you can set them up a marketing funnel inside their store to help drive leads, bring in new customers, bring back old customers as repeat buyers, and the cycle just continues to roll. What are the tools you're going to need? First off, you need a beacon platform. If you're going to run a beacon campaign, okay, and let me squash this myth. If you're going to run a beacon campaign, it's great to sit there and throw some beacons out on the street and hope that someone finds them, okay? But you're not going to have a clue what they're doing. You don't have a clue if they're even working. You don't have a clue if the notifications are going out. But most importantly, you don't have a clue if anybody's looking at what you're selling. You need to have a platform where you have analytics that are actually attached to the beacons themselves. And I'm not talking about Google Analytics, although you can attach Google Analytics to your cards and to your mobile business card and through your SMS system. You can do those things, but you have to know what those beacons are doing. Analytics are great, but if they're not giving you the true data, then they're not worth spit. Okay? You need to have a mobile device that creates cards that gives out information, okay? Information about the products, information about your coupon program, information about your store, things that people want to know. You don't want to deluge them. You don't want them to have to read a full dissertation, okay? A full dissertation where they get overburdened with information. They don't know what the heck they're looking at. You want to give them enough information to do what? Make decisions. You've got them in a moment now. It's called micro moments, okay, and micro commitments. And I'm going to show you in just a moment how we're going to create those micro moments and micro commitments to help your client drive up their sales. And I can tell you now, and I've been in this business for a long time, there is nothing any sweeter than SMS marketing. How many of you, whether you're watching on Facebook, and if you would, just put the comment in Facebook, and if you see the question box thingy on the chat box, I guess it's called, on the webinar, or you see the question and answer box, how many of you sign up for text message marketing where you receive specials on your phone? Is there anybody on here that does that actually sees that? Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. I tell you what, man, I eat out 3 times a week on specials that I receive via my phones. You definitely do, and you're going to continue to do that. You know, Chipotle, Dale says Chipotle. That's one of my favorite places, man. They just opened a Chipotle in Greenville, and I love Chipotle. And Robert Pretty says, yes, absolutely. You know, and so you bet we do. And we do that for a reason, because it's going to come to us and we know we're going to read that. And do you know the reason that the company set that program up, that they put that into their marketing campaign? Because it absolutely works. Bottom line, SMS marketing, they're read within about 90 seconds. I'll be honest with you, I nearly had a head-on collision today. I promised myself I would stop looking at my phone as I was driving, and I got a text message, and in Texas, it's now illegal to text and drive. Okay, you will get a big fine. And but I picked up my phone, and lo and behold, I'm driving down the highway. I live out in the middle of nowhere. A car was stopped in the middle of the road, and thank God I looked up just in the nick of the time to swerve around that car. And fortunately, there wasn't an 18-wheeler coming the other way that I would have ran head on into. And I tell you, I was scared for about 4 hours. And I told myself I will never pick up my phone again in the car. But I can tell you, we are attuned when that little noise goes ding or whatever your sound is to pick up that phone, okay, and look and see what the message is. That's why they use SMS messaging. It works without question. Now, I want you to think about this for a moment. We've got a platform that shows us everything that's happening in the background. Okay, we know exactly where to make our tweaks, where we need to do things. We learn how to build up these local Facebook campaigns that drive people into the store. I'm not talking about driving them into a website. I'm talking about physically getting them off their butts, off the couch, and moving their way and engaging with you at a brick and mortar business. Why? Because you've got something special going on. You've got your mobile campaign happening through your beacons, opening up cards on your mobile phone, and then you're going to capture them in your SMS marketing system so that you can have that repeat business. This is a fireproof, foolproof, guaranteed way to market. And I'm going to tell you why I know that. Because all the Fortune 50 companies are using SMS. I mean, we've had people on here say, yep, I do. Absolutely. And I know you do. And that's just the way it is. We now have the technology and the ability and the pricing to be able to take that to who? The small and medium businesses that could never afford it before. And you need to set up a campaign. When setting up a campaign, you need to set specific, realistic goals, and they need to understand what their role is. And when I say they, I'm talking about the business owner. I'll share a quick story with you. I got a real good friend out in New Mexico, and he set up an SMS campaign for a store. And he would go in and he would teach them how to use the system. And when he was there, it was working out amazingly. Okay, it was phenomenal what was happening. And then when he would leave, it would stop. He would go back. What's the problem? The owner says this just doesn't work. And so he would go in and he would take a time out of his day and he would show him how to do it. And man, the owner of the store was just ecstatic. He said, man, this is the perfect thing. He would leave and everything would die. He went back and the guy at the owner of the store said, I just cannot get my employees. And this blew my mind. Because I can tell you now, if they were my employees, they would have been ex-employees very quickly. He said, I just cannot get my employees to interact with this system to build my business. And I was like, you got to be kidding me. And about a month ago, maybe a little over a month ago, I got a phone call from New Mexico. And did you know that the store closed the doors because they were not getting the footfall that they needed? But when they were running the campaigns, everything was good. The ROI was there. Business was there. But because there was competition, he didn't keep that going and he shut the doors. That's very, very sad. And that's not the first time I've seen that happen. I mean, it happens every single day that people are too stinking lazy to do what they have to do to keep their business open. So you have to have an understanding with your clients. When you sit down with your clients, they have to know what their role is. They have to know what their role is in training their employees, making sure that the entire system works. I don't care how good a system is. If there is a cog that is missing, it's going to continue to deteriorate. The cog will fall apart and it will no longer work. The agent, the proximity marketing agent, the person that owns the company, the marketing company that's going out and doing this, has to be very active in the campaign process. Now, I don't mean you have to do everything. When I say active, you need to teach people and show people exactly what they have to do when they have to do it. And it's not hard. It goes back to that old saying, you've got to engage. You have to engage. You have to engage with your clients just like they have to engage with their customers. And I clicked a button there and I lost my screen. Now, this is a store, and this is the store that we're going to use for our demonstration, okay? This isn't this is just a random floor plan that I pulled up when I decided to do this webinar today. I thought, man, let me pull up a floor plan and put together a nice demo that we can use tonight. And so this is a clothing store that has a small jewelry section attached, okay? Here's the jeans section. I put a picture of the jeans up here. Here's the jewelry over here. And here is the T-shirts that we are going to use as the upsell, okay? We're going to use this as the upsell or that micro moment, that micro commitment. And I'm going to show you exactly how we're going to do that. But you can see here in this particular model, I've got 9 beacons set up, okay? I've got beacons over here, and I've got a beacon in the fitting room. And so if I was running a full campaign and I had all the beacons set up for this campaign, I would drive them from place to place to place. I've actually got 2 beacons set up for time's sake, and we're going to go through those 2 beacons and one of them is set up for jeans, okay? I've already set that up. And I'm going to go live with the system, and I'm going to set up the jewelry store, okay? And but this is our floor plan. When you go out and set up a campaign, you have to look at the lay of the land. You have to know what area of the store your customer wants to clear, okay? what product is it that they want to get rid of? What is it that they need to move? Okay. And you're going to set up some opportunities there for those micro commitments, for those micro moments where they're going to sell other things to increase that return on investment. And when I say sell other things, I'm talking about high margin items, okay? Items that have a very large margin on them, that they can make a lot of money and they can still reduce the price significantly, okay? So here we have our store. We got our dress section. We got a beacon on top of the dress section. We've got our shirts over here. We have a couple of beacons over here. Maybe this could be some shoes, and you want to, since they've already bought some jeans, we're going to come over, and the jeans are going to drive them to a shirt. And now that they've been driven to the shirt, we've got some nice shoes here that match the jeans. And right here, maybe we have some belts. Of course, they're going to get all this stuff, and they're going to go to the fitting room. And when they're in the fitting room, what are they going to do? They're going to check their Facebook, right? And so we want to make sure that not only do they check their Facebook, but there's a notification coming up to remind them to do what? Sign up for the coupons. All right? Sign up for the coupons. I wish I'd have shut my notifications off. So, and we've got the jewelry section over here that can drive them back into the store. And so you want to set this up to where every time they move to a new section of the store, they're getting that notification. This beacon here may be set up to about 30 feet. This area here, let's say it's about, I don't know, 60 to 80 square feet. And when they walk in, they're right here at the entranceway, and they get this notification immediately about the jeans. Okay? That's what they're there for. That's what they're looking for. So that's where the store owner set the product so that people can see it immediately. And so then when they get the jeans, they're going to be driven over here. When they get here, they're going to get another notification. Oh, wait a minute. I sure do need a new pair of shoes, because look at my shoes. They just do not go with these jeans. All right. So we're going to pick up some jeans. Well, at the same time, I'm getting a notification over here because this is the belt rack. All right. And lo and behold, over here, some nice, beautiful sundresses, and you go into the lake next weekend, so you want to pick up a nice sundress, and so you want to get everything you got to get. And guess what's driving it? Those little beacons. They're reminding you that, hey, you really need this. You've got to have this. You want this. Go ahead and get it while you're here. Okay. And that's what the beacons are for. These beacons aren't set up for the 1,000 people that are walking in front of the store that aren't looking at their phones to begin with. Remember, we drove them here using a simple local Facebook campaign. And we told them before they got here, if you will use your notifications on your phone, you can pick up some really sweet deals today. And so now we're educating them, and we've got the first 2 steps of the funnel complete. We set up the campaign. We did the local marketing to drive them into the store. Now we've actually got engagement with them, and they're coming in to do what? They're coming in to become that customer. They're looking at their phone. They see the product. They see the sale. And now we're going to start, I won't say manipulating them, but we're going to help them find other things in the store that we as a store owner, we got to get rid of. I don't know if "gotta get" is a word. I'm from Texas, so if my Texas slang throws you off a little bit, sorry about that, but I can't change the way I talk. But we are going to take them around, and we're going to show them all the things that we need to get rid of that they really need to take home. How many of you have ever bought anything? And I will tell you, I'm terrible about this. You go somewhere to buy one thing, and you walk out with 10. I'm really terrible about it in Walmart. I don't think I've ever spent less than $60 in Walmart, even if I go to get an 89-cent loaf of bread, okay? But how many of you go out shopping, and I've got my hand raised. I know you can't see me, but you go out shopping, and you go out to buy one thing, and because of the way they have the store arranged, you're kind of walking through some things that, oh, wait, I got the bread, toast, turns into toast. I need some jelly. Well, I got to have some butter to go on that bread with that jelly. And I'm not sure if I have any at home, so I'm going to go ahead and pick it up while I'm there. And then I walk past the chocolate milk, the Hershey's chocolate, and I pick up a gallon of milk, and I pick up some Hershey's chocolate. Now I come home, I fix me some jelly toast with some chocolate milk, and I'm going to sit down and I'm going to have my thing. And I went in there to spend $2 and I spent 30. Okay. That's the way it works. And what we're going to do though, is we're going to help them in a way that not only helps our business, but it helps create those moments in their life where they're actually being driven to things that they can use, that they need, and that will accent everything else that they're buying. Okay. Micro moments, micro commitments create huge, huge sales. When setting up a funnel, you have to understand the whole process. Everything is a process. And if you don't know the process, if you don't understand the process, that's what I'm here for. Okay. I'm here to help you understand the process and do the things that you have to do to be successful. The only thing that is important in life is your success. Okay. And you should be sitting there saying, you know what? He's right. The only thing important in my life is the success of my clients. And the only thing important in their life is the success of their clients and their customers. Number one, you have to create a nice ad campaign. You have to create footfall. Okay. You have to create people going to that place of business. People just do not wake up in the mornings and say, oh, I'm going to go down to Dale's and buy me a pair of jeans just because. But when I'm sitting on my couch and I'm looking at Facebook and that ad pops up and it says, hey, we're having a special today. And if you come in and check your notifications, you will find those specials and you can have these jeans at a discount. Now you've got my attention. Next thing you know, I get up off the couch and I'm not sure really why, other than the fact that somebody just told me on Facebook that I needed to come buy these jeans because I really needed to buy a pair of jeans anyway. And it all started with a small ad on Facebook called local marketing. Okay. What does it do? It's going to increase brand awareness. Now, Dale has been trying to get his brand out in this town forever. But Dale's problem is that there's another half a dozen clothing stores within the same vicinity. They don't have as nice a stuff. They don't have the customer service. They don't have the customer engagement. But Dale really wants his brand out there. So now, because of that ad, Nicole is sitting on the couch and she says, you know what? I want to try this place. And what is she going to do? You know what? Jenny and Sarah are going out on a date tomorrow night. And I know that they've been talking about getting some clothes for that. Let me share this with them real quick. So Nicole shares with Jenny and Sarah. And Sarah picks up the phone and calls Bobby and says, hey, Bobby, I'm going to go shopping today. They've got jeans on sale, and they also have men's clothing. And, you know, we're going out next week. And Bobby says, cool, let me call Jared. And Jared says, hey, yeah, let's just all go together and we'll go get some lunch together. So Nicole created brand awareness immediately and then didn't even realize she was doing it. That's what happens when people share on Facebook. It creates brand awareness. All right. Then it's time to obtain some leads. And when they get into that store, even though Nicole didn't realize it, she created 5 leads for that store. And when they go in there, they're going to start looking at the stuff and they're checking their phones and they're in there walking around and they see at the top of that little card, it says, click here for coupons. Now, I'm going to tell you, I don't care if you're a man or a woman. Men probably even more so. They just don't admit it. Love coupons. I've got them all over my phone. I save coupons from everything. I take pictures of coupons so they can scan the code at the store. I love coupons. Everyone loves coupons. So when I see an opportunity to get more coupons, okay, I'm going to take it. And we're all the same way. When we see a button that says, hey, click here for coupons, wait a minute. This guy reached out to me on my couch. He's got great product. He's got a really cool thing called Beacon Specials. And the only way I can get those is come to his store. Let me click on this button and sign up for these coupons. You just created a new lead that he can reach out to at the touch of a button, and he can market to his customers anytime he wants. And then what does Dale do? He says, man, this is awesome. He just rinses and repeats. And he does it once a month, twice a month, once a quarter. whatever he does to help create that return on investment, to reach out to his clients and customers when he needs to, he just simply clicks a button and says, watch it happen. And that's the way the campaign works. If it's any harder than that, then you've put way too much into it and you're probably going to lose money. The one thing people do, and it drives me crazy, and I've got a good friend on here that's helping me monitor everything tonight, Kenny Dutton. And Kenny will tell you in about 2 seconds, if it's not simple, Carrie does not do it, because I can't handle anything that's not simple. I'm not smart enough, but I think if it's difficult, it costs you money, it costs you time, and you'll never fall through with it. So let's take a look now. We're going to go into the platform. I think I'm at that point of the game here. And we're going to set up a campaign here. Now, I've got to shift screens, if that makes sense. I'm actually going to open up another browser. Let me shift screens here. I'm going to stop share. And we'll drop this down. I'm going to bring this up and over. There we go. And I'm going to open this up. And I'm going to bring this over to developer. Responsive design mode. Okay. Give me 1 second here, and we will be on the platform. And I will ask, can everybody see my screen? Share screen. Go to the Beacon dashboard, share screen. Okay. Everybody should be able to see my screen. Can everybody see my screen? I think it takes a couple of seconds for it to pop on Facebook, and I just saw it pop on Facebook. So everybody else should be able to see my screen. Let me bring the chat, the Q&A up. Okay, looks like everybody can see the screen. So this is the Beacon platform. Now, I just set this up. This was set up specifically for training tonight. Matter of fact, I set it up at about 4 hours ago, okay? And this is our same scenario. This is our same campaign that we were looking at a while ago, with the exception of I am only using 2 beacons here. You can see I have 0 inactive beacons. I've got a jeans department up here, and I've got a jewelry department right here. These are the 2 best performing. And on this page, I can see that 38 notifications when sent out, 9 views, and the click-through rate was 23.7%. Now, I can tell you, if you're using this platform or you're going to use this platform in the very near future to set up your campaigns and to build your marketing agency, it takes about 30 minutes for the beacon notifications to start syncing with the software. That's done what's called over-the-air OTA. And so the platform has to see the signals being sent out and the cards being interacted with and the phones actually receiving the signals. So, but here you can see if this was over a couple of days, you would see this bar graph, okay? Or I guess I don't know what kind of graph it is. It's some kind of graph. Anyway, it swings down through here, and you can see your views, and you can also see your conversion rates. And all of that is on this graph. And this is on the initial dashboard here. All right. Now we're going to come down to places. The places is the place where you actually set up where you're placing the campaigns. Now you can see here that I set up the jeans. All right. And I set up the jewelry department. Now let's just go in here. We're going to look at the jewelry department real quick. And I want to show you something that's really, really cool that you can do. Now the jeans and the jewelry are right on top of each other. So we actually want to put, and this is an actual boutique, that's boutique or boutique, however you say it, that's in my town. And so as we were looking at that diagram, the jewelry department would have been right about here. So I can actually put this right in the place where the jewelry department is so that my data and everything is synced up accurately in the way that people walk through the stores and interact with the beacons. And all that gives you good, accurate data on everything you need. And if I wanted to put an actual logo, maybe I wanted to put a little jewelry logo, okay, right here. Or maybe I wanted to put my logo. So let's just drop a logo in there just for the heck of it so you can see how it works. And it has to be less than 100 megs. So let me, hang on just 1 sec. I'm gonna move that. I can't see and chew gum at the same time. Move that out of my way so I can see what I'm putting on there. Let's see here. I'll just pull up a little logo here. Let's drop this in here. Now, when this comes up on the phone, okay, when this comes up live on the phone in the notifications, this will be next to this place. This will be next to the beacon that is showing this campaign in the jewelry department. Maybe I want to put a little diamond ring there. You know, we want to use a little bit of psychology here. We want to put a diamond ring there so that we can get that mind going just a little bit. So anyway, we've got our places set up here, okay? We've got our places set up. We're going to go ahead and save it because we did edit that place. We have one beacon at this place. We've got a beacon at the other place. So now let's go over to the beacons. And let's go over here to the jewelry department. You can see here that I've got ODF. This is the serial number of the beacons. Now I'm going to show you something here so that you can kind of even keep up with it a little more. All right. If I want to change the name of this, maybe I want to change the name of this to jewelry department just so I can keep up with it a little bit easier. All right, I'm going to change that to jewelry. Now, I want to go over a couple of things with you here because there's two different notifications that this system sends out. And it's very important that you understand this and you know how this works. First off, this is the hardware detail, okay? This tells you the battery, how much battery. I just put the batteries in these beacons. This is the advertising interval, 152 microseconds, and this is 8 decibels. So you can see here, I mean, this is really, unless you're really a techie nerd, this don't mean anything to you, but it does show it in you. The most important thing on this is the battery life. Now let's talk about the Eddystone details. There's 2 types of Eddystone, okay? There's Eddystone URL, which transmits an actual URL via the beacon, all right, to the phones. Eddystone URL, and make sure you remember this because this is very important when you're talking to your clients if they ask the question. If they don't, you don't need to get into it because then you may just confuse them. But I want to explain it to you because you're going to be the ones out there talking to these folks. You're going to be the ones out there selling this system. And if they have a question, you need to be able to answer it. The Eddystone URL is transmitted out and can be received via iPhone and also Android, okay? It's received via iPhone, via the physical web. The physical web on an iPhone is attached to the Chrome widget, all right? And there you can also put the physical web app on the iPhone, and you can put that in your notifications also. The Eddystone UID is only received via Android phone. UID is not received via iPhone, okay? So if anybody has any questions on that, throw it up there. But you want to make sure that you don't get those two things confused. URL is simply a transmission of a URL. UID is a transmission of a packet of data that the phone receives, and it's only able to do that on Android phone. Android is the only phone that is set up to do that, okay, the Android system. All right? Now, the great thing about this platform is this. Does everybody see the hard-coded URL right here? And I don't know how many of you have been in the beacon business or worked with beacons or dealt with beacons or anything else. If you do not have a platform that's attached to a beacon that has a hard-coded URL, you have to physically be in front of that beacon to make any changes. With this platform, I don't care if my beacons are in California. As a matter of fact, I've got beacons in California. I've got beacons in Arizona. I've got beacons in Maryland. I've got beacons in Maine. And I can change those beacons sitting right here from where I'm at and do whatever I need to do with them. I do not need to be physically in front of that beacon to make a URL change. And what we did is when we created the platform, we hard-coded the URL, okay? Now, with the physical web campaign, okay, this is the Eddystone details. With the physical web campaign, there are two different types of physical web campaigns. There is the Eddystone URL, and all it does is transmit the URL. You can transmit a markdown card or an informational card from here. You can transmit a custom URL, and or you can transmit a form. And we'll talk about forms in just a moment. Okay, but in our case, we're going to transmit via the physical web campaign, via the Eddystone URL campaign. Okay, we're going to transmit the markdown card or the information card. All right, the Google Nearby Notifications, this uses UID. Okay, Google Nearby Notifications uses UID. Now, there's a couple of things you can do with Google Nearby Notifications. You can transmit a web URL and or you can transmit an app intent. Now, what I like to do with the app intent is I like to transmit my Facebook page, okay? But in this case, we're going to transmit the web URL. Once again, the web URL is hard-coded right here, okay? Whatever I have attached to the physical web campaign will be disseminated via this hard-coded URL right here. With the Google Nearby Notification, you get a little bit more information that can be transmitted. With the Eddystone URL, it's the title, okay? With Google Nearby Notification, it also takes a description. So we know that this isn't jeans, okay? This is going to be, okay, we're going to have to create another markdown cards, but this is going to be jewelry, okay? Get 50% off selected jewelry items, okay? When purchasing any product, this may be too long. This is about 60 characters or so. Okay, let's see here. And this is going to be attached to this web URL. Let's save it. There you go. It's saved. This can be up to 150 characters. It works exactly the same way as Google search does. So keep it below 150. I like to keep it about 50 to 60 characters. So, so now this is what will show up in your Google Nearby Notifications on your Android phone. What will show up in your notification for iPhone is jeans sale, get 20% off. Or in this case, we're fixing to change that. So this is going to be our notification. Get 50% off selected jewelry when purchasing any product. Get 50% off selected jewelry items. This is going to be our beacon transmission. Now let's go up here and we're going to use a markdown card, okay? Let's go in here and create a new markdown card. This is the jeans sale, and I'll show you what that card looks like. Remember, I told you you want to drive them. You want that micro moments. You want that micro commitments. You want to show them that there are other things in that store that they need to purchase while they're there that enhances what they just bought. So here's the jeans. They're going to slide down. Okay, designer jeans sale. Mention this notification, all designer jeans, 20% off with this notification. Others bought these shirts when buying jeans. And there is a picture of the display that they can literally turn around and see. And they're like, wow, man, if everybody else bought it, I've got to buy it too. Why? Because we got to do what Jack and Jane does, right? We've got to do exactly what other people do. So we're going to give them an opportunity. We're going to give them that micro blast. We're going to give them that micro moment to make that micro commitment and go out there and spend more money. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, there is not a store owner in the world that doesn't like someone spending more money. So here we've got this little campaign here, okay? Now, what I would do, and we're not going to set up a bunch of beacons up, but I would have, when I walked over here, I would have another beacon saying, hey, these shoes go great with those jeans, okay? And then when I got over to the shoe rack, all right, and I'm sitting there looking at shoes, I would say, this belt goes great with those jeans and looks really good with those shoes. So you build that momentum up, you sit there and you build the campaign up, and you're driving them to where you want them to go. But let's go in here. We're going to create another markdown card. And we're going to say, what was it? I can't remember now. Get 50% off selected jewelry items. All right. And then we're going to come down to the body, and we're going to make sure we put our call to action up here. And I'm just going to put a link up here because I don't remember the call to action link. All right. I'm going to hit add. Click here for coupons. Hit add. And now you can see we've started building our card. Okay. There's our call to action. Click here for coupons. Now we're going to come in and we're going to add our image. And let's see here. We're going to go up to and let's find our jewelry. We're going to upload it. You can see now we're just building our card down. Put that in there, and let's go ahead and bold that just so they remember. Must show notification to receive discount. This is very important because you want people to know and understand that absolutely, Nicole, I got you. That you want people to understand that this is a special deal. This is really cool. This is something that they need. So you want to make sure it's a must show notification to receive discount. Okay. And now maybe if we went down here, now I don't have a picture for it, but we could put another picture that says, we'll just say, thank you for shopping at our boutique. And we'll put our branding up there. All right. There's our logo. All right. So now we've built out this card. There's a couple of things you could do with this that is really, really cool. If you're a programmer and you know CSS, if you don't, please don't put anything in here because you'll screw it up really bad. You can put custom CSS in here. Just select none and custom CSS and drop it in there. You can also put your Facebook tracking pixels in here and your Google conversion IDs in here. Really, really cool stuff. All right. So now we have created our card. We're going to save that. We're going to come back up to our beacon. We're going to go down. See, remember I changed this name to jewelry a while ago, so it kind of helps. We're going to go into our beacon. Now we're going to come down and we're going to attach this beacon to get 50% off selected jewelry items. Hit save. Your beacon campaign has been built. Your call to actions are in place to drive them into your marketing campaign and your mobile business card. And we've not even talked about mobile business cards yet, but we are going to train on mobile business cards. This is an actual custom mobile business card that is built for your customers. And we will get into that, which is attached to a marketing platform where they will put their mobile number and their email address. And now your client has the ability to reach out and with a touch of a button, market to their customers. Okay? And that's how simple it is to set up a campaign. It just depends on how many beacons you set up. All right? So in there, we've got our beacons completely set up. Now we can come down and we can watch our analytics. We can monitor our customers and our clients. We can come through and say, okay, we've got our notifications, 9 views, 5 unique visitors. She's having a good morning, top performing beacons, top performing cards. Here's just information after information after information. Okay. Distribution, acquisition, the whole 9 yards. And you can also download these via CSV form so that you can take them and sit down with your customer. Now, let me switch back up here to a different screen. Any questions at all? Whether you're on Facebook Live or you're on Facebook, wherever you're at, actually. Let me hit a new share. And we have set up our campaigns. We've set up our campaign. We got all of our beacons in place. We've got everything set. We've got the images done. We've taken our pictures. We've gone back up and set our campaigns up. We've got our local Facebook ad running. We've got our SMS marketing platform set and ready to go. And we are in business. And we did exactly what we were supposed to do. We're driving traffic into our clients' business, helping them to what? Grow and to stay in business and to make money. I can promise you this, if your clients are making money, you're making money without question. Any questions at all on the campaign? Any questions at all on how to set up a campaign? This video will be available in Facebook. If you're watching it on Facebook, I'm also going to upload it to YouTube, and I'll send out a copy to everyone that watched the webinar tonight. We had a great crowd tonight. I want to thank everybody. We had people coming from all sorts of directions tonight. I guess it was kind of a good thing I did that. Any questions at all? At all? If you have any questions, feel free to send me a message in Facebook Messenger. Just shoot me a message in Messenger. I'm always available. Just if I don't answer, it means I'm in bed asleep, and I usually don't do that very often. So shoot me a message, and I'll be more than happy to answer you and help you. If you are interested in becoming a proximity marketing company, if you want to set up your own proximity marketing agency, please go to Beacon Funnels with an S, beaconfunnels.com /reseller. This link is not on the site. It's beaconfunnels.com /reseller. There is a yellow button up in the right-hand corner that says, click here for a live demo that will set an appointment with me. and I will be more than happy to discuss it with you, go over the entire program, and literally get you set up for less than $20 a month. I mean, you can start your business and launch your business. I teach you how to do it progressively so that you build your business, so that, you know, a lot of people go out and start a business and they stuff all their money into it at one time when they shouldn't, because you eat up your capital. You know, you need money to eat, and those kind of things are kind of important. So go to beaconfunnels.com/reseller, and I'll be more than happy to talk to you about setting up your own proximity marketing business. Now, there's a couple of new things that are going to be coming out in the next 7 days. For those of you that are here on training tonight, it's going to be very exciting. I'm going to teach you some new things. Show you how to upsell a couple of things that we talked about tonight, the SMS marketing and the mobile business cards, those type of things, those of you that are already attached to the platform. So with that said, I want to thank everybody for coming out this evening. God bless. Have a good night. Make sure you follow the page. I will be doing a lot of Facebook Lives and a lot of things. I believe in training is extremely important. And I will see you on the next show. Everybody have a great night. God bless. And I was fixing to have a good weekend, but I think today's only Tuesday. So I'll see everybody on the next round.